See, that this shows the confidence level that ministry is having, reposing on the corporate and professionals, that we can easily able to judge from the new provisions and new procedure prescribed on the incorporation of companies. I will take you through now PPT. If time permits, probably already I have given 45 minutes by program coordinator. If time permits, I will take you to provisions of the Companies Act from section 3 to section 24. Further, if time permits, I will take you to the rule also. Let me see, I will try to finish up the PPT first. This is a presentation which I am planning to take you through. The first one is incorporation of private and public. We are used to that. Only the name tag private and public only we used to that. The procedure, how it should be followed and what should be followed, how it should be formed, everything is going to be new only. The only thing retained in the new act is the word private and public, and everything else they have changed. And next, provision relating to memorandum and article, and memorandum of association and article of association. Is it such important to understand? In fact, this is the basic thing which like our the breathe to the body, that's the whole thing, but we take it very lightly. Memorandum only, article only. Now we are going to see how difficult to structure our memorandum article in tune with the 2013 Act. And incorporation of OPC, again I will deliberate more about whether it's a challenge or opportunity given to the corporate and professionals. And incorporation of companies not for profit. I don't think much change is there. As earlier it was a section 25 company, now under the new act it is section 8 company. We will move on to the provision related to private and public companies. These are the kind of companies, these are the basic things we should have done in the preliminary stage, elementary stage itself. Companies limited by shares and guarantee, and section 8 company like section 25 company in the 1956 Act. And I will refer old Act, sometime I am referring 1956. I refer new Act, it's 2013 Act. And conversion of other form of entities as a company under the Act, we will see what is that, and one person company. And these are the stages that everyone aware, and we can think that what great on this. In fact, there is a really great thing to understand before we file form to incorporate the company. It's not like earlier how we used to simply do. And now, earlier the steps used to be like this. We file form 1A and take the name of the company, and we wait for 30 days or we extend for another 30 days. Then we prepare form 1 and 18 and 32 and get a signature of a subscriber in a memorandum and article. And all shortcut route have been followed by many corporate, and they upload it, and it happens just like that. Without even sometimes we feel that we have done something great. No, that level it was happening earlier, and the procedure was that level. It was easy, not like how it is now. Little more made us cumbersome process. Now, earlier there was a distinction in incorporation of company between private and public. Earlier, it's like the private company, the moment it gives birth, it can run and it can move on. But now it can't crawl also unless it takes a commencement certificate. That means the private company and public company is kept in the same foot now, and there is no. First of all, before I go into deep on this, I will tell one important thing here. The ministry, probably the lawmakers, whether lawmakers, ministry now become one and the same. We can't find any difference nowadays. In the recent trend, in fact, most of the law, more than a lawmakers, ministry only is making and creating and introducing. So the basic idea that they are keeping after seeing so many scams in India, they made it their mind very clear. If at all you want to run the company, you follow all the rules and all the procedures. By putting the procedures, what is the advantage of the ministry? They can relax little, and people either they have to follow the procedure and they should not. They should keep themselves away. So for that matter, they will try to keep themselves away rather than getting into the transaction. This is the whole idea. Now the ministry and lawmakers does not want to encourage the private company. Private company, in fact, they have not done only one thing. They have not removed the private company from the act. That is the one big benefit or advantage that help that they have done to the corporate. Except that private company is not at all a benefit factor under the company. In fact, the private company and public company is kept in the same foot, and there is no difference in terms of compliances with respect to private company and public company, except a remuneration exemption is given as earlier it was available to managerial person, except that there is no other privilege or benefit. Whatever needs to be followed by the public company, this is a one simple way to understand the new act. You need not to too much get confused about what needs to be followed for private company. Please understand that whatever you understood under the old act, a public company has to follow, the same thing now private company has to follow. So you need not to separately see that and do some research. I used to get so many emails from many of the professionals in various places asking me that, can you give me the privileges, benefits of the private company. In a single line I used to send that private company is as equivalent to public company. So as of now, no benefits is provided under the new act. So because we always used to have the same mindset that we never tune ourselves to the new requirement or new change. Because always we used to have two sheets at the end of the barrack saying that these are the privileges available to the private company. So that alone we read, oh, these are the privileges. Now that page will not come in future. Even in the present books also it won't come, because there is no privilege available to private companies. So first we should stop identifying or distinguishing private, public. I am only a private company. No question of private company. In fact, we have to retain in mind henceforth company. It's not a partnership, it's not a LLP, it's only a company. You should not distinguish and feel so proud or jealous over public company. They are running as a public company, we are running private company. Better you can also convert as a public company and run. Anyway, you have to comply the same thing which public company has to comply. Why should you lose a status privileged position being a public company? Better to comply. Anyway, we have to follow all the requirements of the public company. So this is the basic legal status given to the private company under the new act. Now, one of the requirement which I am talking about, what are the responsibilities given. Now private company is also given a responsibility to take a certificate of commencement before they commence the business, that we used to take earlier for public company. In fact, now the issue comes, many of the companies, what happen, they incorporate a company, after that they simply forget. Somebody they will incorporate, they will go and settle outside India. Somebody will incorporate and even they will forget that they have incorporated some company. They not even bother to bring the subscription money, and they will simply suddenly they think some some proposal or some benefit that they want to take through that company. They will not bother that whether they put money or that they will simply take some resolution or do something and use the company, irrespective whether they brought the money inside the company, whether they have done any activity in the company, they will not bother about anything. But henceforth it won't happen under the new act. Under the new act, even though we register the company, unless the money comes in, the company cannot function. Here the complete government has put the condition made us to follow that. They, in fact, I have to say rather, they wanted to compel us indirectly to ensure that the money is coming into the company once you start the company. Rather, I should say that they want us to take it very seriously. This is a single line I have to say. We should not think that, okay, private company, what is there? That time it was required, I formed the company. Now it is no longer required. Why? No. You have to ensure that you are bringing the money and you are running the company. Otherwise, no single paper can be signed under the company name. The basic provision that says that once a company is incorporated, the subscriber money should be brought in by the subscribers, then the required form needs to be filed with the registrar of companies, then commencement certificate should be taken. Suppose I don't take commencement of business, then what is the powers available and what I can do? We can't do anything. In fact, you can't borrow money. In fact, we can't do anything. In fact, you can't even conduct a board meeting. It so happened in one company, without taking a commencement certificate, they conducted a board meeting. They allotted shares. And it was questioned by the department, and they served a notice from the department that how could you conduct a board meeting and you have done a business. In fact, they have not done anything. They brought the money and allotted only, nothing else they have done. In fact, allotment itself, they are telling that you should not do, you first bring the money and file the commencement and do whatever you want to do. So we can simply think that, okay, what is the commencement only we can take. No, money has to come. Suppose we put 10 lakhs into as a capital or paid up capital or subscription money, or 10 crores of subscription money, that money should come into the company, then only the company can, whether it's a private or public company, it can kickstart the operation of the company. This is the main requirement now, and I don't think whether it's a public or private, now we are going to find the procedure or formality simpler. It is going to be the one and the same. And these are the documents needs to be furnished. In fact, we used to furnish these documents earlier also. Now in addition to that, they are asking one affidavit from the subscribers, and all kind of papers they are taking from us now. They are so scared now. They how much our papers they want, they want to take from us, they are taking all. In fact, 2 identity proof, and everybody has to sign. In fact, only one thing alone they are not asking. Director, since he is a major, he himself can sign. They are not asking parent signature of the director or shareholder. That alone they are really not insisting. That level they are so scared with the professionals and corporate that they simply do something, they form a company and they do something whatever they want to do. Better take affidavit from them and undertaking from them. In fact, in all new forms you can find a line under that, at the end, that any information declaration filled in this form found subsequently wrong, then it will be treated as a fraud. Suppose by mistake instead of typing 1 lakh you added one more zero. Okay, anyway there is so much proof is there that my bank account should 10 lakh should hit my bank account, and so many papers that we have to give to ensure that we are proving that 10 lakh come to company. But by mistake I put one more zero, then it amounts to fraud now. They don't want to see all other corroborative evidence that we call in Indian Evidence Act. All this now, no logic and no legality and no principle of natural justice, common law, that and all. Now the law is what ministry says is the law. Okay, and now we have to forget all logic now, all rational now. We have to simply follow what ministry. If they say give affidavit, we have to give affidavit. And now, just as a relaxation, I have to say rather a cream that we got earlier. We supposed to have a registered office while incorporating a company itself. Now that requirement is done away with. Now it is sufficient in 15 days after incorporation that you find the office and file information with the register of companies within 30 days of incorporation. That means once a company is incorporated, that means the company can be incorporated with the communication address. In fact, most of the Chartered Accountant and Company Secretary office is going to be the communication address. This is only going to happen. Earlier, at least registered office, we neglect to say that, always we refuse to say that, no, we are not for that. Now they will say only communication address only. Now what is they are going to do? Some letter is going to come. Why don't you put that to 15 days? Then he will disappear. Violation, that who is bothering about violation? That's why we are now trapped into the new law like this. Okay, this is going to be a bigger issue. Okay, even somebody known to us also, we should ensure that he is not using our residence as a temporary address for communication address. He will say, I am there in California somewhere, why don't you use your address as a correspondence address? Only for 15 days. Rule itself is permitting. Then after that I will give register office. If it disappears, then responsibility completely lies over you. All show cause notice will come to you only. That means with that address only it will come, with that name. Then the department will take action that you are only behind it, because the fraud says any person, any other person also. Yeah, you see the definition of section 447. Enough I threatened the whole community, corporate, within so many deliberations. Okay, so you see the definition of fraud, any act, anything done, anything you, any time you sleep, everything they put, and anything done to by any person to any other person. That word is not, I am not jovially telling. You can see that 447, if you have that barrack in your hand, even you were showing my previous speaker also, you were showing that it says any person includes everybody under the sky. Okay, and what is the rationale behind it? Any person or any other person also. So that means any other person is a person who is giving a platform or giving an opportunity to form a company using his address as a communication address. You will be the any other person. So form is already there, where something is signed, it says that any mistake, anything done will be taken directly to fraud only. In fact, in IPC also, even pickpocket also is not considered as a fraud. It's petty offence. It is considered as a petty offence. It's a bailable offence. But if you sign a single form or by mistake you type some wrong number or figure or whatever it may be detail, even your name itself you type no, it's a fraud. You can't say that the system keyboard is not working, that and all you go and prove in the special court, not even magistrate court. Now magistrate court is not going to have a power because the offence are punishable more than 3 years. So special court only having a power. By mistake if your system types also, you will be trapped to the special court only to say that, to prove that you are not done willfully and your system only has done that. Okay, that all bonus of burden lies with us. So we should not take it very lightly that what we are saying is only an incorporation, how it is going to impact us. No, and every provision under the new act is going to impact very badly